Well, welcome to another episode of The Minority Voice. I'm your host, Jeff Vega, and it's good to be with you again. And as always, please do all the above, the like, the share, and make comments too. And also, hey, subscribe. It doesn't cost nothing, and it would be greatly appreciated. So today, I want to talk about what's going on in our government, specifically in the military. But you know, since I would say since when Trump came down that elevator some 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever it was, we have discovered that our intel and our FBI, CIA, the justice system is really at best questionable. And if we actually had a true investigation on what's going on, we would be disappointed, to say the least. But today I want to target or focus in on the military. Some of the things that have come up this past week, and you have to ask ourselves, where is our military going? And that being said too, when you ask yourself, what is the purpose of the military? Now, as I see it, it's there to break things and kill people. Okay, I mean, Dave, would you agree that that's pretty much the function of the military, is to break things and kill people?
I mean, okay. You can cut it that way, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, that's really the purpose of our military. Though it has evolved into being peacekeepers, you know, handing out food, and it's really almost a social program. But today, Dave, play this first video.
Woke culture seeping into the U.S. military? Apparently it is. In addition to their training, they're now being taught what to think about gender, race, and diversity. And apparently some personnel are quite furious about it.
This is not about diversity in general, though. This is about a very specific kind of anti-American indoctrination that is seeping into some parts of our military.
Two Republican lawmakers have gathered statements from military whistleblowers who say that woke politics is now taking over military classes.
One Marine told us that a military history training session was replaced with mandatory training on police brutality, white privilege, and systemic racism. He reported that several officers are now leaving his unit, citing that training. Another service member told us that their unit was required to read White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo, which claims, and this is a quote, "White people raised in Western society are conditioned into a white supremacist worldview." One African-American officer disparagingly said, and I quote, "The Navy thinks my only value is as a black woman, and not the fact that she is a highly trained military specialist."
The trend seems to be accelerating.
So you see here, we actually have, there's two senators, but this one, Tom Cotton, he's actually pushing back and trying to get whistleblowers to come forward to talk about what's going on in the military, because it is diverting from its intention. And you know, if we're going to be, or I should say, we're going to remain a powerhouse in the world, then we can't have this politically correct, woke, CRT military. And because, you know, I would dare to say Russia and China are two top nemesis. You know they're not woke. And just to prove my point too, Dave, put up this article here. And what it is, over in an air base in Nevada, they had, now get this, Dave, a drag queen show on the base. Okay. Now, I don't care what your thing is, okay? You want to dress like a woman, If you're a man and if you're a woman, you want dress like, if you're a man, you want to dress like a woman, and you're a woman, you want to dress like a man. Hey, you're an adult. Hey, that's cool, whatever. But now when you're bringing it into our military, I don't see the purpose of that. And this colonel, his name's Todd Dyer. He's the commander of this base. I hope he has a short career after this. And because you know what? We can't let this guy get any higher rank. Because what's next? I don't know. And so this, like I said, this is going on in our Air Force. Okay, another video I want to show you, and David, if you could cue that up for me. You know, this is a 4-star general talking about CRT, this woke movement. Now, mind you, this is at a hearing. And as I said, this is a 4-star general. And this guy, he is running the show, if you will. And this is what he had to say.
So to comment on that, do you remember what your line of questioning or thought was there?
Sure. First of all, on the issue of critical race theory, et cetera, I'll obviously have to get much smarter on whatever the theory is. But I do think it's important, actually, for those of us in uniform to be open-minded and be widely read. And the United States Military Academy is a university. And it is important that we train and we understand. And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it. So what is it that caused thousands of people to assault this building and try to overturn the Constitution of the United States of America? What caused that? I want to find that out. I want to maintain an open mind here, and I do want to analyze it. It's important that we understand that because our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians, they come from the American people.
Critical race theory, white rage, and then he talked about the assault on our Capitol, well, the Congress, and the attempt of overthrowing the Constitution. Okay, Dave, how many weapons were retrieved on January 6th when they supposedly raided the White House, the Congress?
No.
Exactly. So can you have an assault, a coup, without anybody having any guns? You can't. I'm sorry, you cannot. Okay? Yet this 4-star general is preaching this message. And he's batshit crazy. That's all I can say. And I hope his career is short-lived from here on in, too. Now, of course, we got Obama. Excuse me. Well, yeah, we do have Obama. But we got Biden in there right now. So I don't even think he knows what this guy's doing. But anyways, as I go back to our original intent. What's our original intent for the military? It's to break things and kill people. And this general seems to have lost his way. And, when you look at this situation, if you take it on the surface and look at what you can do, there's not a lot of hope. But this past weekend, there was an event in Ohio that this guy showed us what it means to fight for your country. And he also showed us, too, that it's not going to be easy, that you're going to be attacked, and it's going to be endless. But he stayed the course, and, now you might say he's back again. And David, play this last clip. My friends, whether you or not you like Trump, the reality is he showed America how to fight. And if we want to save our country, each and every one of us has to step up and get into this fight, no matter where you're at this time. And so at this time, I'd like to raise a mug to Trump and to America. Until next time, Joshua 24:15.